Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Dev from Deadly Art Gaming. For those of you joining for the first time, welcome. For those coming back, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over some of the gameplay video of Halo Infinite. I don't know if any of y'all saw it already. Essentially, it shows some of the gameplay footage, which is already being hit with a bunch of backlash, a bunch of memes, all kinds of stuff, trashing in for the graphics. The gameplay looks pretty smooth, looks pretty good, but as far as graphics, yes, they definitely look like a work in progress. So we're gonna go over a little bit real quick, and then we're gonna watch the video. Let's see here. So, like I said, getting a lot of complaints. So they showcased it yesterday, and a lot of people are complaining about the looks. Yes, they are saying that it is work in progress, that it is going to look better whenever it is released, which I definitely hope so. But we're gonna go. I found this one that has it streaming in 4K 60 FPS. Hopefully that makes it look a little bit better than one that I saw earlier. But we're gonna watch it all the way through. Then I'm gonna go through and kind of highlight a few things that I see on there and stuff like that. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and watch this.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete. Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come, I must remind myself, liquid crystal cannot rise on its own. Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope. It all means nothing until you step inside.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment, right? Yep, this is death. No! No! No, 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 no! This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, Chief. Who you are?
Breathe.
No! You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
Alright, guys, I didn't even realize that was a whole hour-long episode. The first video that I watched on this, I just kind of did just about what I did here, is stop it pretty kind of quickly after I started seeing all that stuff at the beginning. But like I said, it still looks just like the originals, which is what they were pointing out to get to, which is fine and all and everything. My thing is, I hope they finish the graphics by the time release date comes, because stuff like at the beginning, and I love how they make stuff like this at the beginning, how crystal that looks. They make everything look the cinematic and all that stuff. I wish they can go back to the way it used to be, where I mean, yes, even back in the day, they still upscaled it just a slight bit, but it still looked true to what you were going to play. Now they're all about making these videos and stuff where it's all cinematics, like a movie. So then if essentially it doesn't even look anywhere near what the game's going to look at, and so you get all hyped up, man, that looks awesome, that looks great, looks clean, and all of a sudden you get and you're like, whoa, 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 what happened? But that stuff was pretty cool through that. But stuff like this, I mean, this is a release of gameplay footage, and the first thing you see is these two guys, which inside there looked okay. I mean, granted, his hair could be a bit better, face could be a little bit more detailed, but still not horrible. It doesn't have that sharpened um, sense to it. You can see the dirt on them, stuff like that, the wrinkles and everything. So, um, okay, decent, pretty good for them inside the ship. But as soon as they step off into gameplay, where he pulls out his weapon, and the first thing you see
Let me see what I
is
can find.
Can't.
the first thing. Come on, walk outside. That. I mean, he steps out, and I mean, common sense to me would have been, at bare minimum, get the artistry, the graphics, the scope of this area to be as top notch as possible, or as close as possible. I know these are essentially the base structure of what everything coming out, and they're going to come down with these rocks on top of them to feel it out and make it an actual rock face. But I wouldn't even stepped out and panned the camera, because I mean, the first thing you see is that. I'm like, okay, yeah, no. Look at the ground, please. Not. Don't look up. That just, I don't know why they did that. And then that was the first thing you kind of looked into, is 80% of the screen is those same base structures that aren't fully done. Trees could be more detailed, but other than that, it's back to the old kind of landscape feel to it, which fine by me. And I'll show some later. So I saw someone post a picture of the gun, how bare this is. So I'm hopefully they upgrade this as well, because this is just, someone made a meme I saw and I couldn't find it now that I'm went to come make this video, of a side by side of this weapon compared to the one, I think it was like 2007 or so, of looks kind of similar, but it has the grittiness, the dirt, the wear on the weapon, and it looks so detailed. And then you get this where it's like in just out of the case, not a scratch on it, no reflection, no, I mean, there's no pop to it to make it feel like it's a pretty nice weapon or anything like that. Um, I mean, this looks like the slider for the bullet, but it doesn't look like it actually would slide. But I meant it just looks bland. Um, and then come in here now, see, like when he looks down, old school feel, looks fine. And see, he looks over here, looks great. I mean, you don't see none of that base texture underneath the rock face, any of that stuff. And then for some odd reason, he goes this way, and there's one of the turrets off in this direction somewhere. I mean, I would have had him go that direction rather than go this way. And I mean, I understand why they had him go this way, is because that's where he had to go up the escalator to that camp. But, and this was pretty smooth. He did a good job on the drift slide. But, I mean, for someone, you would think over as long as these games have been coming out with people flopping their releases, um, destroying the names and stuff like that, that's been going on, especially with Halo over the years. Um, you would think they would at least been able to knock it out with just one area a little bit more tuned than what they presented. Uh, Maybe a little bit here and there, but this is, I mean, look, all over there, all this over here, all of it over the on this side was all same thing. It's like they only had about 20% of the base um, landmarks and landscape done. I mean, I would have tried to pick another area that may have been maybe been 80%. I mean, if it was just a little bit here and there, that'd have been one thing. But it's the bulk of it, and to use this as their release, it's really kind of disappointing. Um, to me, I like that skill, but to me, it makes me feel as a Halo fan that they didn't really care enough. I mean, I understand with COVID and everything is taking a little bit longer. It's not as quick as they normally would in-house. Um, I understand that. I do program myself. I do graphic design myself, and it can be tedious. But no graphic designer, no game designer, anyone that would be in this field of making a game of graphics, not even a game, just anything graphics related, would be happy about this. I mean, this is supposed to be something where you're showing off your hard work, showing off your skill and stuff, and to me, it looks like and I don't know who it is. I know it's not the graphic designers, any of them. Could be just the studio, the developers, whatever the case may be, pushing because they want to get it out in time and they didn't want to care to give them a little bit more time to fulfill one area to make it to where it would look good as far as a gameplay trailer, gameplay showcase of the game. See, that's kind of, they need to work on that, because I meant you're standing right there and that turret didn't even really care to even look at him. He's just shooting straight and didn't even pay attention. But that's me. I mean, that's the way I feel. I mean, if I'm a game designer or graphics designer of any sort, and they're going to show off my stuff, I mean, yeah, my field might be character design. Someone else is going to be the landscape. Someone else is going to be this, that, and the other. So just because mine's done doesn't mean someone else's is. And now, because of someone else's area not being completed, they're releasing a video or a gameplay trailer of an area that is not even subpar and doesn't give any what's the word, satisfaction or awesomeness to what to look forward to. I mean, if this was a new game coming out where it had nothing to do with Halo and was just a new game, no one would give this thing a time of day. I mean, the graphics are that bad. You can't have people latched on to want something whenever it's not even close to being what it needs to be. So, but that's, like I said, that's just my opinion. Yes, I know once it's done, it's gonna be great. It's going to have all that stuff's gonna get done, and it's gonna be a good game. At least I hope so. Just like every other game that comes out, and y'all know, you get your hopes up, and it's a 50-50 shot whether it's gonna be crap or it's gonna be good. So, but my fingers are crossed that they pull it off and come out ahead, and hopefully this debacle that they did isn't gonna make things get delayed even further, because we've seen it time and time again. Whenever something like this happens and everybody bashes them, they go back to the drawing board on some stuff. Because I mean, so far everything that I've seen is all about the graphics. Some of the glitches like the turret and stuff like that, yes, those are bugs and they're still work in progress. That will get adjusted to where they'll track you like it's supposed to. But to me, this is just I mean, every time I think of a flop, I just immediately think of Diablo 4. Well, not Diablo 4, but Diablo Immortal announcement with Blizzard. I meant, granted, this is nowhere near that horrible of a scale, but this is pretty bad in my opinion. Like I said, they should have at bare minimum cut out an area and just prepped that area, and to make that trailer or to make the gameplay footage. Like I said, some of it just a little bit here and there, everybody can understand, work in progress, but this makes it look like it's nowhere near finished. If that simple stuff of just putting the rock face onto those bases isn't done, and then you got the other core stuff that has a lot more impact on the coding, the physics of the game and stuff like that. I don't know. It just looks really bad. And so like this one kind of shows 2007 comparison. So you see this and you see the lighting, the shadow effects and stuff like that. And then you see this. The only thing on here that I think looks better between that and this is maybe that. I mean, that's the only thing I could see on here that looks to me a little bit better. But everything else has no lighting effect. I mean, you can see shadowing, but there's no streaming, there's no effects in the world right now. Maybe it was turned off. Maybe they haven't just implemented that stuff into it, which is understandable. It's still a work in progress. But let me see if they have the one in here. I was hoping I could find the one that had the two guns, one from 2007 and then the one from now, to show the comparison between those two. And I mean, I don't know. I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's just, it bugs me that they kind of did this, and I hope it doesn't put y'all down and really deter y'all from getting the game. Because like I said, I do think it in the end is going to be a good game, and they even came out with an announcement. It's still a work in progress. Um, and this is what kind of bugs me even more with their response. Where did it go? It's very hard to show the full power and graphic fidelity of what Xbox Series X will be able to deliver for you over a stream. Wrong. The stream just plays what you're showing. Granted, yes, it's going to, there might be a little downplay, but that's not what people are complaining about. It's not about the clarity. It's not about it being in 4K. Yes, some people are complaining about that, yes. Um, it doesn't have that sharpness to it, but the thing is that they were trying to go back to the original Halo, where it had that grittiness and everything. So I mean, I don't know if that's what they're gonna have it in game, where it's gonna be that kind of dull, gritty, flat kind of tone to it. I hope not. I mean, the landscape is fine once they get the rock face and all that stuff done, and then sharpen everything and get the lighting aspects and the graphic effects and all that stuff. Um, I think it's going to be fine. But don't come out with a comment saying something like this, because I mean, I'm a streamer. There's millions of streamers out there right now that are streaming what they're playing on the game, and it looks exactly what they're playing. I mean, it depends on their systems, their um, software that they use, and what they're recording at. But the biggest problem wasn't just that. It was just you showed a bunch of mountain sides that looked like hexagons. I mean, what did you expect? I mean, I would have been, if someone would have brought that to me to the table and say, "Hey, this is going to be our gameplay footage," I would have just thrown that, and I would have immediately hit the delete button. But, like I said, that's my opinion. Um, I can't wait for the game to come out. I'm definitely going to try it out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below of what y'all think is gonna, about how you felt about this. Uh, do you think they're going to be able to pull it off or bring this back and win the hearts, or what they're going to do? Let me know what y'all think. Um, but like I said, my name is Devin from Deadly Art Gaming, um, and this is the Halo Infinite gameplay footage. Like I said, you can go online there and watch that whole hour of the hexagons and all that stuff. So, but I hope you all have a great day. If you like the content, please hit that like button. If you want to keep up with the game, I'll be making some more videos as they get more content out for the game um, here soon. And then once it releases, I'll be running some streams and all that stuff of the game as well. So if you want to subscribe, keep up with that when that comes out. Um, make sure y'all smash that subscribe button. I hope you all have a great day, and see y'all next time.